our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world, because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin, and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us, and you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it, or I'll find you, and I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked, because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time, because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I won't want to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that die, because VOP is the plot.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People television. Now you have more than a voice.
ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpelon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not going to the front, with the sport.
And it's Hakim Ziyech who puts the
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets. Awards.
Yes, Yes, apologies, a very quick apologies for coming up this very late. We needed to just put in things together. Welcome to the Sports Republic show. It's a very big Monday morning right here in the city of Lagos. It's a very important time. Looking very fly. Happy that I'm alive today, could say that. And I'm just so happy with what I saw during the course of the weekend. Everything looked so nice. Talking about the games played from the Formula One to the football world, the NBA, the basketball. So all of these we have on the show just wrapped up so we can tell you more. But the big of them all is what we saw yesterday. Manchester United losing Arsenal's grip on the Premier League title race with a 3-2 win. We did see that one. Good morning. Thank you so much so we can do this together. Congratulations to who? Manchester United Sunday, thanks to stunning second half goal by Patrick Dorgu. Then Matheus Cunha, if you watch the game, victory would have restored Arsenal 7-point lead over Chasers Man City and Aston Villa respectively, but whom won their weekend game. But Mikel Arteta instead left the door open as they lost at home for the first time this season. And everything was going to plan for Arsenal when they took the lead in the 29th minute with Lisandro Martinez's own goal. But a terrible mistake by Martin Zubimendi in 37 minutes gifted United an equalizer. Then the Spaniard passing straight to Bremo. We did see that one. Then he finished in style, well composed. And then finesse was just all they needed. But Dorgu then smashed a ferocious shot in the crossbar to put United ahead in the 50th minute, only for substitute Mikel Merino. If you did not watch the game, so let's tell you, to pro the host level in the 84th minute. On the show today, we'll tell you what's really going on with the Super Eagles camp, but let's just delve into this very one, because right now there's a controversial talk. Ifeanyi Daisy and then Sunday Oliseh are having a banter right now all about Victor Osimhen. But United, you need to know, we're not finished in the game yesterday, though Matheus Cunha called home from more than 25 yards. They played away from home, but I mean called home. He was on his comfort zone. And then 3 minutes later to enjoy of the visiting fans. And that's the joy of the visiting fans. And Arsenal also, who are now winless in 3 league games, have 50 points from 23 games, with City and Aston Villa on 46. United move forward with 8 points. Now you'll be asking the question, what's next for both teams? Man United host Fulham on February 1 and Tottenham Hotspur on February 17, while Arsenal they were facing Mate in the Champions League on Wednesday before playing away to Leeds United on Saturday. And that's a memorable result for Man United. This was United's first turnaround victory away to Arsenal in the Premier League since February 2005, and that's a 4-2 victory. And also, they have trailed on 12 occasions away to the Gunners in the period since then, losing 11 of their matches, and they've drawn 1. Also, it is the first time Arsenal have conceded 3 times in the Premier League game since December 2023 against Luton Town 4-3, and then ending a run of 83 league matches without doing so. Now, in the words of Harry Maguire, he said something. He said, it's absolutely massive. The derby at Old Trafford, you always get out of them, and we have to hit it back yesterday. We came to the league leaders who haven't been excellent, and we asked a lot of questions to have a setback as late on. So Maguire is saying that Carrick has done something very fresh, and he has brought in fresh energy to the very team. And I said, what about Matheus Cunha? He has also done well coming from the bench. He's not a bench player, but what he did yesterday was tweaking the game around and getting the result. But according to former Arsenal captain Patrick Vieira, he said there are still some questions about the mental strength of the team as they aim to secure their first victory since 2004. In the words of Arteta, he said, that's fine. I mean, we accept every opinion, where it comes and where it's coming from, and then we have the right reason to stay and say it. At the end of the day, we have shown the mental strength that we have on the pitch when it comes to a match day. We were absolutely brilliant in Milan, beating Inter 3-1 on Tuesday, and then yesterday we weren't that good. So good to see that Arteta also is saying that they did not do well. But let me quickly let you know on this part, so some facts you need to keep to date before we analyze that game and then talk about what's out there. Now, Arsenal, I tell you, there's records out there. They've lost for the first time at the Emirates since last year, May. The last team to give them that result was Bournemouth. So you need to keep this fact to yourself. Now, it's the first time in 8 years that Manchester United has won Arsenal. And I'll tell you more. Michael Carrick is now the first Man United boss, to win at the Emirates since 2017. And the last manager to have done that was Jose Mourinho. Yes, it is a back-to-back win for, Carrick and his team. He has done so well. One reason I must say, demolishing Arsenal at the Emirates, also winning City. Winning City where? At Old Trafford. That's a derby. And then they used to have 3 away wins before now. But right now you can say 4 away wins this season. And Arsenal's 17 home games unbeaten record is broken. 17 home games, they've been winning all of the matches and then, feeling so fly. But as another fact you need to keep to yourself, Patrick Dogu, the first signing of Ruben Amorim, has scored more goals under Carrick than he did under Amorim. Then for Brian Bremo, quality player, I think he's having a very wonderful season. 6-11, leading top scorer for United. He's got 6 goals. I think 6 goals in 11 matches. Yes, true. And then 50th goal in the Premier League for himself, generally, from his move, from everywhere he's played. Now, looking at this record, you can say they've done so well, and 9 in all competition for Man United. So, Brian Bremo, good signing from Brentford to Man United and what he has done. Dogu also without stunner. But if you ask me, I'll tell you, the reason why Arsenal lost that game yesterday is just clear. Arteta, I don't know if I would say he still doesn't have that mentality of a leader, but I must tell you, there's some changes you make on games that could just demoralize your team. And that's what we saw yesterday. You can't afford to take off your skipper. 58 minutes, he got off Martin Odegaard, 58 minutes of that very game, and everything went into shambles. Why are we saying this? It felt like Arsenal were the better side on paper. United had all of the odds. They looked like the hungrier side. So before we talk about Michael Carrick and what he has brought to the team, let's look at Arsenal, first of all, so you can understand. Now, they know that this time they need to win the league. How many years and counting? Now, if you look at what happened yesterday, you got off Martin Odegaard. You did a 4 changing. I know he was quite confused because he threw all he had. Brought in Gyökeres, brought in Merino, brought in Eberechi Eze. It doesn't feel like he made a change for me, if you ask me. Merino, yes, game changer. He could score the goal like he did. Prolific goal scorer in his time from the midfield, forward attacking minded. I love that. But you got off Martin Odegaard. Did you see the expression from Odegaard? The Norwegian was so furious. He was surprised, like me. Yeah, me. You, come on. You got off number 10. Now, those passes, and you know what he did? He got off Zubimendi, which was not wrong because he had a very, very shambolic game, giving out the ball on uncharacteristic error. That's what they were doing. It wasn't really worth it. Then you took a Declan Rice who has the attacking prowess. You dropped him deep. You got off your number 10, who has that ability to get the balls from every angle, to dictate the game, and you brought in Eberechi Eze, who you made rust on the bench. Now, it's clear to say, Eberechi Eze is not a game winner or a game changer, to say. He is a game changer when he starts. He does not have a record from playing from the bench. He's not a bench player. He's not like Trossard that can come in and change the game. No. Eberechi Eze, for every time he gets to play, he gets starts. And with the way everything is going right now, I could say Eberechi Eze might not go to the World Cup. If he continues this way, he's so much rusted. He's playing from the bench. He gets less time of play. This is a man who is a featured player for Crystal Palace before he made a move to Arsenal. But right now, it feels like, he's not even the number 10. He can play the number 10 role, but he is not the number 10. This was the changes that Arteta did that caused that mistake. And then Man United had to sit back and then control the midfield. Now, we talk about United. What did they do? Kobamino, did you see? See, sometimes I look at Kobamino and I'm wondering, what has Kobamino done to Ruben Amorim? What? Quality player. I would not be surprised to see him at the World Cup with Jude Bellingham alongside Declan Rice. Kobamino, Casemiro has said, I'm leaving United, I'm going back to Brazil. They need to plead with him. Please stay back. They need to have a talk with him. Because when you let a player like that go, now that he's trying to up his game and showing us that, yes, I used to be a world-class player and I can still be a world-class player, he might be aged. But what the Brazilian has brought under Carrick is second to none. Top notch, you can't take it off. Kobamino, Bruno Fernandes will give you all of the assists you need, the Dogu goal, all of the controversy. See, it's a Michael Carrick instinct. Maybe a Ferguson regime or a Ferguson, character paying out. That's what I could say. If you say it any way you want to say it, you will understand that Carrick is really having a good time. He might be shining. You might not like what he's doing if you're not a Man United fan. But it's about the way he got results. He got a result against Arsenal at the Emirates, the first team, you could say the best in the world at the moment, Club 1 football. He also got against City. But you know the scary thing about the news now on this radar? Arsenal should be very wary. It's coming up like a time they might be bottling it again. 4 points. Now, the teams that are chasing you are not mere teams. Aston Villa maybe might slip off somewhere, but what about City? Everybody's returned. He has reinforced. January transfer. Semedo is on his A game right now. They got also a Czechia, a new signing for the team this season. They got Rangers to Johnny. There's a Rodri, 14 plays from the bench last time against Wolverhampton. So you can see, what's the name? Mamouche got a start. Haaland was on the bench. So Man City looks compacted. They look so composed. They look like a team that might win it this time again. So the pressure is on us now. And I think the players need to understand what it takes to go on and win the game. Maybe the mentality is what they are yet to get on the game. But we shift attention and I'll leave that one and tell you what's really going on right now with the Nigerian news. Eric Chell is in the story. And Eric Chell is one man we should be talking about in a bit because right now his future with the Super Eagles still remain uncertain. So uncertainty is just a name. But Nigerian Football Federation NFF Technical Director Augustine Iguavon, who many call Austin Iguavon, anyone works, has questioned Super Eagles coach for his squad selection for the just concluded African Cup of Nations. Iguavon said he felt disappointed that 4 players from the Nigerian Premier League, talk about the Premier League, were not included, the MPFL. And he said, why? Chelsea's 8-man squad was mostly made up of foreign-based players like Calvin Bassey, Victor Osimhen, Alexi Iwobi, Lookman, and Akon Adams, and the rest of them, But in the words of the man you haven't just screened, he said, I felt disappointed that we didn't include some MPFL players in the AFCON 25 team list. Some players on the team may not even get a minute of action. So why couldn't we include a few players from the local league? At least 3 or 4 would have been better. And see, it's that confusion thing I always say. When it feels like everything is looking good, there's always this problem with Nigeria football, Nigeria sports. When it feels like everything is going all right, there's always this, something just comes up from somewhere. You cannot be telling us, you cannot tell us that the coach did wrong with the selection. Now, your role is big. We've seen Iguavon manage the Super Eagles. He did well for the Nations Cup qualifiers. He got there, he buried it, he killed it. He did so well, no doubt. But this is a man who has been on this road for a long time. He is the man who you can say, what's the job? He is the technical director of the team. Now, what you say will definitely go into the manager's head. You're trying to tell him what to do. Technical advisor. If this is the advice, I don't know if it should be on the social media, but the talk is Eric Chell is the coach of the national team. Eric Chell decides who he wants for himself. Every manager wants to have that, that space to do and decide how they want it to go. So if Eric Chell is saying, I want this, and he's on the job and he's doing well, why not just let him do it? Now his future is uncertain. And the technical director is coming out to tell us that he should have gone with some MPFL players. Who are these players that should be in the team that were not in the team? Are they from the NFF? Are they from you, boss? Who are they from? Where are they coming from? We don't have a problem with the selection. Let's even say it, most of these MPFL players who come to the national team are being influenced by the heads. And when they come into the team, sometimes they don't even get game time. But on their profile, you check it, you say it. He has played in the national team. He was a part of the players. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work. See, I like to say things should be justified. If I happen to be the coach, I would definitely want to bring up the young lads from the homegrown, from the MPFL, from the grassroots. I like to do that. But reason is this. If you want me to get you a call-up, you want me to get to feature you in my team, you want me to recognize you, you have to own your game. You have to up your game. No one should be speaking for you. We should be saying it clear. It's always obvious when you're doing what is right. It can't be hidden. There's no way you can get the light in a basket and you want to cover it. It does not work that way. So if Iguavon is coming out to tell us now that no, Eric Chell, should have done this way, I just think he's not saying it well for me. That's my opinion. Don't get me wrong. Because the tournament we had a very decent tournament. Aside the Morocco game, which we don't even know what happened. Because I don't want to believe that because we played against the host nation. That's not the truth. The reason is because we fail to understand. Just like I was talking about Arsenal. This is a mentality. This is a phase. People need to own their game. People need to up their game. People need to understand that, yes, we are in this phase. And that's what Eric Chell, for me, has tried to instill on the boys. I've not seen anyone come out to say Eric Chell made the wrong selection. I have not seen. You know why? When the manager does so well, it gives him all of the accolades for him to say, yes, this is what I want. But if he does wrong, the mouth can wag. Eyebrows can be raised. People can talk. Say how you want to say it. And that's different. So if one man is coming to say, because I'm the technical director of the team, then I just would say he's doing it wrong. I would not buy into that very one because he's the manager, he's the coach of the team, and he decides what he wants for himself. But okay, I'm saying this one. I'll comment section saying, he's saying good morning. Carrick has brought calmness to Man United. He understands the culture and tradition of the team at Old Trafford. His name is Lucky from Newcastle in the UK. Yeah, you can say that again. He has done. You know, one thing again about Carrick, you know, before we talk about the Super Eagles, just so I can comment with what you're saying. Okay, I'm seeing those comments coming. So I can just have this conversation with you. Is the fact that he has made us believe that Man United have a bench. Do you understand it? Carrick has shown the world that, see, he might be having a first-class enjoyment, but he's not winning Burnley. He's not a Bournemouth. Arsenal, Man City, they should be talked about. So what he has brought to the team, calmness, he's brought that resilience, I want to say the determination the players are now playing for him, not Amorim. Because if you start analyzing Amorim, you will start asking questions, what did Kobe Mainoo do to Ruben Amorim? What? He has been decent. He's young. He wants to play every game, but you're not giving him the space to play. And you prefer to play with Owate and Casemiro, and that's not really paying out. Now you can see the flow of the game. Matheus Cunha, he's not a bench player, but from the bench, you saw what he did. He changed the game. So, okay, so that comment again, say, let me just read this so I can go back to Super Eagles news. I'm just going to try to, you know, follow up the comments, all of them. And he said, Eguavoen and his likes should go and sleep. He's saying, that's Lucky from Newcastle. He's saying they want to use politics to remove this good coach. Okay, and then who is talking about MPFL players from the worst league in Africa continent? Well, do I have to banter him now? I don't want to banter because you know why? Every time we hear MPFL, Nigeria Premier Football League, we are hearing that investing this, we are seeing license, referee, certificate, blah, blah, blah. And Eguavoen always, I always see his image. He's always the one passing out this certificate and the rest of that. And we say referees, we are training 1,000 referees, 500, all of these numbers are not making any sense. You know why? I'll tell you. I think it's 19 years and counting that we've seen a Nigerian officially handling a major tournament like an AFCON. Whenever it's a Nations Cup, go and check the list. We barely see Nigerians. How many years and counting? This is a body that invests a lot on themselves. This is people that come and say certificate is given to. See, the corruption in the league is so bad. Politics is trying to play out, and it's clear. Because you cannot tell me that people are having this connection, people are doing this, we are having license, we have a UEFA certificate, a C license, a D license, we go even see I don't even know. Not paying out, not working out. Because if you're saying it, at the recently concluded Nations Cup, how many Nigerians did you see? How many Nigerians did you see from the VAR assistant 1, 2, landsman, the center referee, no space. We didn't see, if I ever see one bio or Ayomide, I go manager, everyone just give us small space. Oh, we won't be VAR too. That would have been cool for me. We did not see, not even one. And these are people that say we are NFF. That's technical director. You're not going to face this, you won't talk now. You see him? He's now facing Eric Chair. Before you know it, now they will come out Eric Chair now. Say this. I will now go back again. Our drawing board for Nigeria, now they finish. I like to say it, basically. So when I say it, you can say, yes, he said, and you hold me responsible, because this is on the sports world. So let me not say Nigeria. Let me say Nigeria on sports, because the biggest brand is there. If you go continue talking about Eric Chair, then I tell you, maybe, just maybe, we might be losing a man who we owed before the Nations Cup. 2 to 3 months old, we owed him. He has lost the Tunisian job. Tunisia wants him before. $100,000. We don't do. He said no. I think he lost Nigeria. That's the truth. Angola is coming now. Gabon is coming now. I should be thinking he's not sleeping well. But he loves this nation. He wants to. So when we see people like Eric Chair or Franco Malian, you don't let him go. You don't let him go. You hold him. You pamper him. You start paying him well. Wages, how much? $50,000. You're even owing him. And some nations are offering him $100,000 monthly. We had our longest foreign coach, Kenneth Raw. What happened? How did he go? How did he pay out from there? So I think it's high time the NFF need to understand that let them allow the coach to do his job. Don't instigate on him. You don't need to tell him what to do. He knows what's best, because when he loses, he points on him and he can lose his job. So because he does not want it to be at the detriment of him, talking about the Franco Malian, then he has to own his game. So it's time for us to allow Eric Chair do what he wants for himself and also for the team. But we move on and talk about something else that's out there. This one is like ex-international against ex-international. And the Nations Cup just concluded. I already told you I have a rating 4/10 if you ask me. But this news is out. On Saturday, we did talk about it. Myself, Afizo Gubanjo, and then Ikechukwu was here on the show. We talked about how Sunday Oliseh is always talking. He's not a friend of the NFF. They don't like him so well because his dad's so blunt. people who are on top don't like people who knows what they know to always tell them. You might have hierarchy respect, right? It works. You're not trying to take over. You're not trying to know. But this opinion would work. So if an opinion is working, then why not get him close? Because this person has a lot to offer. So if you have something to offer, bring him. We need people like that. Not when. So if you're saying it arrogantly, you're trying to take side, and then that's where disrespect comes. But if you're saying it to the top man, the man who is on top, who is leading you, and you're saying, boss, see how it's supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. Instead of taking what he says, or what she says rather, any of the works, you're trying to do a political, this is happening everywhere, trying to do political things around this said person. But I think the best way is just to come close, because it's got a lot. Now, when things go on well, you were there on top, you take the glory. Nobody's going to say, but this idea pays out. It works like that. Because why am I saying this? We've seen the news, we've heard the news, where former Super Eagles captain Sunday Oliseh has come under fire for blaming Victor Osimhen for Nigeria's failure to win the AFCON. I'll tell them more about the story now. Moving on. Oliseh had claimed that an on-field dispute between Osimhen and Ademola Lookman during the tournament negatively impacted the team chemistry and ultimately cost Nigeria the title championship. However, ex-Super Eagles star Ifeanyi Udeze countered that single one and said, you can't single out a player. You can't hold the player responsible for the entire team. Truth, no doubt. But in the video on his YouTube channel, Oliseh pointed that what he described as toxicity, he said, within the squad, specifically targeting Osimhen and his interaction with Lookman during the round of 16 match. In the words of Oliseh, he said, let's look at the toxicity that might have cost us, Nigeria, the AFCON title. We are confusing talent with license. Victor Osimhen is a world class, but talent is not licensed. Talent is not a license to destroy a team chemistry. In response, Ifeanyi Udeze disagreed. He suggested that Oliseh, as a senior figure, should have offered the private counsel to Osimhen rather than public criticism. Now, Udeze said, Osimhen is a younger player than Sunday Oliseh. Sunday Oliseh should have used his channel to advise the Super Eagles striker. Remember that the outburst happened against Mozambique, and in the quarterfinal, we played against Algeria. Udeze also dismissed the idea that the disagreement had a lasting effect, noting that the players appeared to have resolved their issues and continued to play well together. Udeze explained, Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen linked up well. The chemistry was there because I think after the game, they trashed whatever had happened between them. And then moved on. I don't think what happened between Osimhen and Lookman cost us the AFCON. I don't think so. He also said, Victor Osimhen is a younger brother. So I just feel like all of these talks, does he really, okay, Osimhen has not commented. He's not commented on all of these talks now. The Galatasaray striker is just focused on the Champions League game against City. But let's say it. The last time Sunday Oliseh said words like this, people came after him. When I say that's the, okay, let me say it this way. Maybe not right to point a blame or hold one player responsible, but these are talks. We will talk. This is the media. We will talk. Like, we are paid for this now. We will talk, right? So it could be anybody's opinion. So maybe because it's a legend's opinion, that's why this is like a controversial one. But if I'm to say it officially, what I make or what I think about the scenario, I just would say that thing Sunday Oliseh said also affected the team. It might not just maybe be the major factor to say, but it affected the national team. You know why? Psychologically, Lookman doesn't really talk. If you know him well, you know. And I listened to that video. I watched the video rather, listened to the audio, watched it a couple of times, and I said to myself, Lookman is so deranged in the mind. If you watch the game very well, if you notice so well, aside the fact that people are saying Victor Osimhen wants to be on the news, he wants to always show himself, everybody must come to him. But everybody can come to you. You're not bigger than the national team. But that Lookman came out to say everything is okay, that's professional. Professionalism at its finest, at its peak. But we could see, it was clear, that Lookman wasn't on his game anymore after that game. Go and watch it. Go back and see Lookman's performance from the group stage to the round of 16, and you can understand what I'm saying. Our team game, or our game plan, was slightly built around Ademola Lookman. His goal contribution was massive. So Iwobi was more on the pre-assist. So you can't take away what Ademola Lookman has brought to the team. But for Victor Osimhen to have done that, for a team that synced so well within a short time, that really affected. I'm not saying it's a major factor, but it's one basic factor that cannot be written off in a short while. Because that team had a cohesion they needed. They were blending so well. not until that scenario happened. And it wasn't a look, man. It was, I think it was a Osimhen and Osimhen'S. And if you watch the Morocco game, before that, after that incident, Osimhen, anytime he gets the ball, he was always wanting to cross to Osimhen. Pressure, not from the manager, but because Osimhen is in the game. It doesn't work. So if all of these scenarios goes, I think Osimhen should be very sorry for himself more because he's been like that pampered, over-pampered player. Like Anadi said, Ikechukwu will say he's not the best Nigerian striker. He does not agree. He doesn't want to agree with that. He said no. Even though his style is high, he's going to break the record very soon. But he needs to understand that he has not won a Nations Cup. Who is talking? I should be listening to who is talking. Sunday Oliseh, USA 94, Tunisia World Cup player. Victor Osimhen doesn't know what a World Cup looks like. Do you understand? He might end up his career without playing in the World Cup. Do you know? It's clear. So if Oliseh is talking, as you're listening, France 98, we saw a shot against Spain. Quality. He has managed the Super Eagles as a coach and as a player. He won the Nations Cup 1994. So why would I listen to Sunday Oliseh? I'm not saying I'm a fan of Sunday Oliseh all generally because sometimes he's very stubborn, you know. Sometimes he could be stubborn, but I like the fact that he says what is right when it's right. He's so factual. He doesn't bend it. There's no way to see. There's no way to bend what is. This is a laptop, right? You cannot bend it and say then this is a phone. You cannot do that. What he has done or what he has said is the truth. Take it or leave it. Why? Because we doesn't want to be in the news. We saw. We don't say it because we want to talk about it. It's clear. The fact states. The fact shows. There's no way you can say. Anyways, after all is said and done, more is said and done. Is there anything we say? We've won it. 3.5 billion was given to them. That's for the third place. So it just goes. But let's talk about giving back initiative before I come back to the comments that we're having here quickly. Let's do some giving back initiative talks. Super Eagles goalkeeper Master Basoji has donated 500,000 naira. That's approximately $350 US dollar from his African Nations Cup bonuses. Good to see this one to support elite goalkeepers competing at the Nigerian Premier Football League. And then, good to see, the contribution was made to assist goalkeepers who are active in the domestic league. Obasoje, who's currently playing for Tanzanian side Singida Black Stars, has continued to maintain strong ties with Nigerian football despite playing straight abroad. The Benin City-born goalkeeper previously featured in the MFL with Bendel Insurance, where he established himself as one of the league's consistent performer. During this time with the Bendel Insurance side, popularly known as the Benin Arsenal, Obasoje recorded a notable run of clean sheets that contributed to his rise within Nigerian football and subsequently recognition at the national level. Obasoje was also included in the Super Eagles squad for the AFCON that was just concluded, but did not make any appearance during the tournament. Nigeria finished the competition as 10th place, securing the bronze medal. You know, Amas Obasoje, let me even talk about it. My friend said something about Amas Obasoje. They said Amas was not having the pressure. If you hear that, 1980 Nations Cup, all those that song, I remember. Nigeria, we know those, whether you call them Kanu, Abina, all those generations they used to have at the national team. Now the difference. Now they carry speaker for head. Obasoje. They say you not get no pressure. Nobody. I even looked like he was so comfortable on the bench. Now these are the kind of things. No, don't get me wrong. These are the kind of things the MPFL players, although he's in Tanzania now, does. Now, a Master Basoji, carry your phone now, carry your mobile, just type Master Basoji. You will see Nations Cup winner, Nations Cup winner, third place winner, the Super Eagles, Nations Cup 2025. You'll be there. So it's a profile. Now, in profile now go rise. Because why? He was part of the team. Now, the record does not state whether you played or not. All the land where they give them, anything where they give them, they will give them. They not forgive them and to say, Osimhen, you start. If they give Osimhen, they will give them. If the teams come and go, you go day bench, you go start. That's what is actually nice. It's a beautiful game, you see. So these are the kind of things, but, well, we will not take away what he has done. The giving back initiative, well deserved. I like the fact that he came from this trajectory. He came from the MPFL, and what he has done now is massive. Good to see that he's gifting, young goalkeepers as well, who needs to get to a level that he has gotten himself. He plays in Singida, Tanzania, so he's not an MPFL player. He used to be former MPFL Bendel Insurance player, but now it's a different version. So let's give it to a Master Basoji. 500,000 naira. Not be small money like that too. If you understand, you go know. Not be say a big goal, but understand based on ACB for area. That one you see. Those keepers say go manage him because it's not easy for him to remember them. He's not that so big. He's not even No Tanzania now. No, so there's no need to talk about Amara Sebastian. But I must say, congratulations to the goalkeepers we gifted, and also to Amara Sebastian. You've done so well. This, for me, is a giving back initiative, and that works for me. And also, quickly, let me get on this comment before we go on a quick break. This one says, let me see. Okay. How many times have Iguavo coached Super Eagles, and what is his record? Okay, he should leave Eric Shell alone. Still lucky the power. I don't agree. That man, the Newcastle, they not agree. Say but Iguavo, how many times has he managed the team? I think he gave us bronze. He never even really get us. And his demand that Iguavo is kind of he should also be talked about because his long stints as interim for the Super Eagles. Any small thing now, if they come here and they go bring him. NFF really works like political place, sincerely. The glass house. But we got a quick break. When we return, the show continues. Keep watching Sports Republic. When we return, we'll tell you all the news away from football and possibly away from the Super Eagles news. You want to know? We'll tell about Djokovic. We'll tell about Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One story. We'll tell about Naomi Osaka. All that has been happening in the world of sports. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe. Hunger no get religion.
Always funny to see that. Hunger not get tribe. Hunger not get religion. That's the word. You're welcome. You're still watching Sports Republic show. It's time for us to delve into other sports. But quickly before we get into that phase, this one says you don't include local players if they are not good enough. I have to go to the other platform. Stephen Okoro, I see you. Thank you so much, just like we rightly said. But let's talk about tennis right now. Djokovic, Novak, you could call him, has been handed a walkover through to Australian Open quarterfinal after his opponent Jakob Minsick pulled out injured on the face. The pair have been due to a clash in the night session on the Rod Laver Arena on Monday, but Minsick revealed an abdominal problem will prevent him from taking it to the court. Czech said, talk about Minsick, came through a third time, and that's a very tight third round. Clash against American 8th Queen with a 6-2, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, 7-5 win on Saturday, but the 20-year-old said he has been carrying an injury that prevented him from facing his mentor, Novak Djokovic. 20-year-old Czech said on Instagram, this is a tough one to write about. After doing everything we could to keep you going and to keep it going, I have to withdraw from the Australian Open due to an abdominal muscle injury that has progressed over the last matches over and over. After a long discussion with my team and doctors, we decided not to step on court tomorrow. It is cruel blow for Minsick. Everybody knows who is one of the most promising young players in the men's game and had reached the last 16 at the Grand Slam for the first time. He continued by saying, even though I'm disappointed, making the fourth round here for the first time is something I will carry with me for a long time. I felt so much energy from the fans and the atmosphere in Melbourne, and it was truly special to me. So that news also, which follows Naomi Osaka's withdrawal due to the same injury, could be a major boost to Djokovic's hopes of winning a record 25th major title. The 38-year-old. He's 38 actually. He has a long stint and has run out of steam. Talk about physicality and in recent major tournaments after reaching the latter stages. But he is yet to drop a set here and now has an extra day off before a quarterfinal meeting with either Musetti, or you can talk about Lorenzo Musetti, or Tilo Freeze. So good news for Djokovic. He also revealed after beating Botic van der Sloot on Saturday that he had not been practicing on days off in an effort to conserve as much energy as possible. In the world of the semi-international, Novak Djokovic said, "I think I was moving great. There's always something that is happening with the body. But I think generally I feel as good as I have felt in a while. I cannot predict the future. I don't know how things are going to unfold from this day onward, but I'm doing everything I can." So Djokovic, if you ask me, I'll tell you, he's the man on the show we should be also looking out for. So Novak Djokovic, any time of the day, he's a man. No Covid, just to say, no code. It's Djokovic. I'm liking his gameplay. I'm liking all he has done. I'm liking his age. His physicality is proving that he's old at this point in time. His body cannot carry him like he used to carry him before, like when I was growing up. But he's Grand Slam champion 24 times is that record that we are yet to see people match into that phase. And also, not just about his gameplay, he is a living legend, a semi-international with a difference. What he has done on court, what he has brought to the court is what basically kids, upcoming kids, will just emulate from how far he has come in the tennis world. But we also shift attention to talk more about tennis. The ladies category, Aryna Sabalenka has extended her reign as tiebreak queen to book a fourth successive appearance in the Australian Open quarterfinal before Carlos Alcaraz also reached the last 8 with a Tommy Paul takedown. Third-seeded Coco Gauff also advanced to her third quarterfinals in a row on Sunday with a Paul Stadium 6-1, 3-6, 6-2 win over crafty Czech Karolina Muchova in a late afternoon match at the Margaret Court Arena. The day biggest upset was veteran Daniil Medvedev, whose straight set exit at the hands of the Lena team a day after blazing heat caused mayhem and meltdowns at the Melbourne Park. Normal service resumed as cool change brought relief for the players and the fans and the tournament schedulers. Two-time champion and title favorite Sabalenka was forced out, seeing off Canadian 19-year-old talent Victoria Mboko 6-1, 7-6 in a match of the two halves. And that's about Sabalenka. The Belarusian was at her irresistible and also impressive best as she crushed the team and also the team in a 3-1 minutes running opening set and raised a 4-1 lead in the second before Mboko produced a thrilling comeback in the fight. But breaking Sabalenka twice on the way to a 6-5 lead, Mboko then hit a brick wall as Belarusian raised her game to notch a 20th successive tiebreak win at the Grand Slam. Also, Djokovic, you could say, is the youngest player to reach the women's quarterfinal at the Australian Open without dropping a set since Venus Williams did that in 1998. The men's tournament also has seen few surprises of the magnitude of Mboko and Djokovic, who in the last 16 shut out seeded players for the first time at the Grand Slam in their professional era. Top seed Alcaraz also did his bit in preserving the status, also despite facing arguably his toughest test in the tournament against the 19th seed Paula, a semi-finalist in that 2023. For all of Paul's credentials, Alcaraz appeared in cruise control in a 7-6, 6-4, 7-5 win at the afternoon sun at the Road Lava Arena. Upon the stalwart matchup with Alcaraz, he did so well, and we can say congratulations to who have done it right. And for tennis again, we talk about Naomi Osaka. She has withdraws from this very one. Former world number one, Naomi Osaka saw her game run at the Australian Open cut short over the weekend after she was forced to withdraw from her scheduled third round match. That's not all good news against Australian Madison Inglis due to an abdominal injury. In the words of Naomi Osaka, she said, "It's an injury I've had a couple of times before, and I thought I could push through. I played my last match with some pain, and though maybe if I gave myself a break before my match today, I would be able to handle it. But I warmed up, and I got a lot worse. Obviously, I think coming back from pregnancy, my body changed quite a lot. So this is something I have to be really, really conscious about." So Osaka, currently ranked number 17 in the world, took a 15-month break from tennis and gave birth to her first child, Chai, in July. I think that's July of 2023. Osaka also returned in the court 2024, and last year took a step forward, a return to the sport. But this is just one thing about the game. in as much as they love the game so well, they would not want to leave the shores of what they love more. But how long can their body carry them is the question. I understand. So Naomi Osaka, if you ask me, she needs to calm down, take a deep breath, and relax yourself because you've gotten to this phase before. You've been the world #1 family, so no more news on that. But we shift attention and talk about something else, and this is about the golf world, golf related to Nigeria. Murtala Sali and Ladi Gladys Tobin has emerged as top winners of the men and ladies categories at the just concluded 2025 NLNG Golf Classic in Bonny Island, Rivers. VOP TV Sports reports that the two-day invitation teed off Friday and ended on Saturday at the Bonny Island Golf Club. Sponsored by the NLNG, the tournament was the 6th edition of the annual classic. No fewer than 100 golfers competed across categories on the Lodge and Zenith BIJC course. Sally also claimed the men's Division 1 title with a net score of 68, edging Peter Igbe on counter-attack and also a count-back, while Lady Topin topped the ladies' Division 1 category with a net score of 75, while last year's winner, Kafayat Barimori, narrowly missed out on the defending her title, finishing as the first runner-up with a score of 76. Sally also told reporters that the winning, he described the golfer as a sport he has come to love and for the joy, discipline, and the calmness it brings, adding that his progress has been helped by steady practice, guidance, and support from others. And that's about Sally. We also move away from that news and tell them all we just told about the golf. So it's nice to see this happening in Nigeria, and I'm celebrating this said news as well. Now we also talk about something else, what's going on in Rivers. Rivers also golfers across Nigeria are upbeat as the 25 NLNG Golf Classic begins at the Bonny Island. And then, like I already told you, VOP TV Sports reports that the Nigerian LNG Limited sponsor tournament is its 8th year and 6th edition, consolidating its place as a major feature on Nigeria's golfing calendar. So good that all of this news are happening in Nigeria. So not just about football, celebrate this one. So I'm yet to see when we're bringing Formula One to Nigeria. Wrapping up on the show, we tell them more as she unfolds. There's this news about the Live Golf European scene, where we've seen former Masters champion and current Live Golf Circuit member Patrick Reed is to victory at the Dubai Desert Classic by 4 strokes on Sunday. Reed also held a 4-stroke lead after the 3rd round, finished ahead of England and the Sullivan. Julian Grida and France, and Spain, David Puig finished joint 3rd on that very one. Rory McIlroy also chances of the recording extended title just went short with a joint 33rd finish in that very phase. And for Formula One, to tell you this day, Lewis Hamilton described the 2026 Formula One race as a huge challenge as Ferrari launched their new car. The 7-time champion, who had a difficult debut season with the Italian team, said working on the new car produced by Ferrari for the sport is one thing that we should be looking out for, and we'll see how it goes. But I wish him all of the best, because right now Ferrari are under pressure to perform competitively this season after failing to win a race in 2025, and they have Lewis Hamilton. But Hamilton said it will be an extremely important year from a technical perspective, with the driver playing a central role in also giving the energy and that of the management. Understanding the new system and contributing to the car's development is one thing we should be looking out for. So, good news for other sporting events that's happened, but for Ferrari, they are not having a good one. But let's leave it with this last headline. It's about the Formula One world. Max Verstappen's girlfriend responds to critics over age gap. So let's tell you just a quick one. Max Verstappen's girlfriend has hit back at critics of their 9-year age gap, as she revealed he was already 19 when she met him aged 27. So looking at the age gap, is he really a teen? Because the 4-time Formula One champion, 28, has been dating Kelly Piquet, 37, since 2020, and the pair welcomed a baby daughter, Lily, together in May 2025. So let them rest. It's just a thing. If about age, I know how this works in Nigeria. We like to talk about this. You can't get married to someone that's older than you. About all of this, right? But Max Verstappen and Piquet, all of the best. In the recent viral, it's trending everywhere. The wife is older, or should I say the girlfriend is older? But anyway, it's the Dutchman is not complaining. So let's allow him enjoy his time while it lasts. So we have to call it a close right here on the show today. And don't forget, tomorrow, Ikechukwu will be here to tell them more about the Sports Republic. And also do well to join the guys by 5 p.m. today. The locker room, Jerry Apelowai, also will be here with Afizu Gubajo. Meanwhile, we have the midday news coming up for 12. And stay here, because we have other interesting programs coming your way. And this is me saying we are calling to close on the Sports Public Show. We'll be doing this again tomorrow. Right from now, it's a good morning, but when the time is afternoon, Have yourself a beautiful afternoon. We'll see you again when it's Wednesday.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
When I first heard VOP, I thought they were talking about me because I'm a voiceover personality. But no, this is Voice of the People TV, and you are riveted forever because this is the place to be.
Yo guys, your boy Chella. Shout out to VOP TV. I love you guys.
Salut, salut tout le monde. Suspect 95. Là, on est sur VOP TV. On passe un bon temps. J'espère que vous kiffez. On est au Afrima. On est ensemble. VOP TV.
Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy giddy giddy. VOP, you don't know somewhere from Ghana representing live and living color. Yeah, Beam Nation President. Outside with it. Bless up.
Hello, this is Milo from Ivory Coast. Keep watch Voice of the People TV. Regardez la voix du peuple, la télévision de la voix du peuple. Que Dieu vous bénisse. À très bientôt. Love you so much.
Hi guys, what's up? This is Gaze Baba, and you're watching VOP TV. Usually you'll be told to not touch the dial, but I tell you to touch the dial and increase the volume. You're like, keep it locked. It's Afro Gospel.